Tim Magner with GE Solar, based out of Boston, Mass. Um, we're day two here at FMA. It has been a really great experience. I think before, 'cause this is my first time attending this event, and I must say I've been to a few other similar type industry events, none that were FMA related, but have been fairly, the expectations haven't been that high, and I think they kind of they weren't that great in a way. And what you commonly find with these events is there's like 10 times more vendors than there are actual customers, and the customers they're not really there to spend quality time. They're kind of in and out. Maybe they do a quick talk and leave. But this event has been um, really, really great in that we've seen customers and potential customers, not once, but there's been probably 4 to 5 different touch points, and they've been just sincere and meaningful. And this is a region too for our business that we're not as familiar with. And so I think this was the perfect kind of entry point into the region. You had a lot of folks from Chicago and then Michigan and Wisconsin coming down, all really interested in kind of broadening their knowledge of sustainability and solar specifically. And so I think we made some great connections there. And again, I think the format was really nice where you were here for a day and a half, and there was a lot of great presentations, but then just the right amount of time to kind of interact and just do it in a non-pressure kind of, in a sincere kind of way. And so I think we'll definitely be coming. I think that the quality keeps coming to me that it was just authentic in a way. I think at a lot of these conferences, it can be a bit more manufactured and transactional. Whereas here it wasn't about like, hey, let me kind of your card and here's my card. It was really answering questions and figuring out the why. Why are people here, and just having a sincere kind of honest engagement about how we can help them. And if we can't, no big deal. Hey, we know someone just you should talk to this booth here because they have an idea as well. And just trying to like help people out and get oriented. And also some other great partners here as well, where we've made some meaningful connections there, where there might be some co-development opportunities as well that previously we didn't have any sort of connection. I thought the format was unique and different, and I think ultimately beneficial in that way. So what comes to mind is yesterday's lunch, where we had there were a few folks that had signed up to meet with us, and we showed up to our lunch table, like the GE lunch table, and there were 3 to 4 folks from different municipalities and companies, literally kind of waiting, and just waiting for us to show up. And but that was usually being on the commercial front end, that's generally not the case. And so myself and my colleagues sat down with them for about an hour and just had some great exchanges and dialogues around why they were here, and what did they want to know from us, and how could we help. And so I think that was a unique format, having kind of these boxed off lunch sessions. And then the presentations were great. I think they were crisp. We were able to just give a concise message about what we do, and not, it wasn't like overly salesy or commercial in that regard. And then there was just a good breadth of content too. You know, we recognize we cover one small slice of this kind of sustainability spectrum, and I think all the different facets of that spectrum were represented at one point or another yesterday or today.